Oh, well, yeah. I mean, one of the things we try to do every time as we advance from one game to the next, like from Gears 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3, we try to refine the controls even more to make it even more smoother, even more responsive. And one of the things that we've got was a complaint was sometimes when you're amongst the, all the dead bodies and all the dropped weapons, it's like when you go to press a button, you want to maybe revive your teammate and pick up a shotgun, or you want to pick up a meat shield and you pick up ammo or something. And so one of the things we've introduced is this idea of being able to slight hold. So there's like, if you tap, it'll revive somebody, but if you hold it, it'll pick up the gun. And so that way you can actually be very clear about what you want. Do I want to get that person up, or do I want to pick up the gun? Same thing for executions. We've changed curb stomp off of the X button and we moved it to the Y. So, and we've made long executions be the hold. So now you want to curb stomp, tap Y. You want to do a long execution where you punch them in the face 12 times, you hold Y, and that'll do that, right? And so it's those sort of slight tweaks that we've been doing, where we move stuff off of A and kind of moved around the dial, if you will, of the buttons to try to make it more easier, more responsive, and understanding what the player's trying to do. Yes, yeah, we're really excited about dedicated servers too. I mean, that's the thing that we really want to be able to bring that sort of, people always talk about, oh, that guy's got a host advantage or whatever. And so having that sort of central place to have the servers, and having that sort of, the equitable experience around the world. Like we're going to have servers around the world, so everybody will be able to take advantage of them of no cost to them. And we're really going to get to test them in the beta, so it's exciting. Right. Well, I agree. I mean, we were ready to go for April, and so what we've been doing is just polishing and polishing and polishing, and that's the thing that we're able to do this beta. I mean, if we didn't have this extra time, we look at Gears of War 2. Gears of War 2 in the first 3 days, 1.5 million people on Xbox Live played Gears of War 2 in the first 3 days, and so going from say 1,000 people testing your game to 1.5 million, it's a huge jump in scale, and so and Gears of War 2 had a rough start with matchmaking because of it, but now we're able to get this out there in players' hands, where hopefully you're going to have over 1 million people in the beta, and then you'll be able to really test it and get to see that. So we know that on day 1, on September 20th, the servers are going to be rocking, the game's going to be smooth, and it's going to be just fun. I think it's a mixture. I mean, one of the things that we've really focused on is on storytelling. As we look at the campaign, this is the end of the story, right? This is the third game in the trilogy, and so we put a lot of effort into storytelling because we know that we have a lot of things to answer. There's a lot of questions. Gears 1 and Gears 2 asked a lot of questions, and Gears 3 provides a lot of answers, and so we really focus on the storytelling. But that being said, we're still polishing up the mechanics, and we realize that multiplayer is essential to our game, and so we want to get that right, and that's why we're doing the beta. I don't know what's next, really. I mean, the thing is, we're really focused on telling this story, and where we go, we're not blowing up the world, so Sarah will live on, and the IP will live on. There'll still be books, and there'll still be comic books. So the question about what we do with the game, I don't know yet, but I'm excited to have this story come to a conclusion and have all the things that have been in our head for so long, being able to actually bring it to the screen and get players to be able to see it. When we design multiplayer levels, we try to kind of have a hook to it so that you can think about it like, hey, it's that level with the sandstorm, and you're like, oh, okay. Oh, hey, it's that level that sinks into the ground. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. It's that level inside the supermarket, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, it's that kind of thing. Is like, even if you don't know the name of the level, you can, within one sentence, you can name it, and the person can know what level you're talking about. So that's really been a big part of our design. Is there something iconic about it? Is there something that's easy to remember? And then it's been about diversity. I mean, one of the things we learned through our DLC packs from the previous games, when we've provided lots of variety from really big maps to really, really small maps, is that each mode plays differently, and the fact that our multiplayer maps all go across all of our modes, that Checkout as a great example of a multiplayer map. That's a map you play in Horde, and that's a map you play in Beast, and that's a map you play in multiplayer, right? So when we look at the design, we have to look at it from all those perspectives. It's not just about this one experience, it's about a lot of experiences, and it's about a diversity of experience, both. Because we wanted also, too, with the way we balance weapons, like the hammer burst is long range, and the retro short range. And so we want it to be like, and we have it, we can see it now when we play it, is that when you go into a map, you go like, oh, it's this map, I need to pick a different gun. Like, I have the wrong gun for this map. Whereas in Gears 1 and 2, you didn't really have that feeling. You felt like, I have the Lancer and the Gnasher, and I'm good. Whereas now, it's like, you'll actively change your weapons based on what map you're playing in, which is, we consider a success. Right. Well, in the beta, the way we're working on the unlocks is really about participation, because we want people to test the servers and to test the game, so we want people to play lots of matches. And so one of the things you can do along the way is that as you play matches, you'll unlock new characters you can play as, you'll unlock weapon skins you can get to, and then we actually have some unlocks which allow you to take that content into the retail game come September. So one of them is Thrashball Cole, so Cole Train, you know, he's our mascot for the beta. Everything we send around, it's even our beta shirts have his team logo with the Hanover Cougars. And so if you play for 70 matches, you get to unlock Thrashball Cole. And then if you place 13 more as him, you'll own him for the retail game. And it's because he's got an 83, that's his number, so we picked that thing. And then the gold Retro Lancer. Another thing, you play that for 90 matches, and then you kill 100 people with it, that's yours in the game. And that kind of thing is like, we wanted to have these incentives that not only do you get to have the first sort of hands-on experience with the game, but you're actually earning things that you can then have waiting for you when you get to September 28th. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Mexico City for Gears of War 2, and that was crazy. Like, I loved it. It was so good. The fans are so passionate in Mexico, and they love the game so much. And it was such an honor to be there to see that. Like, it was crazy. It was mind blowing to me. I'd never seen a response like that before. So, I'm really excited about the idea of going there. Absolutely.
Oh shit!